This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com, and in today's video, we're going to talk about ways that you can boost your credit scores without applying, without getting inquiries, actually utilizing the things that you're already spending money on either weekly or monthly that you've never gotten credit for. Now, some of these I'm going to talk about, you've probably heard before. I'm going to kind of do a review on how they can benefit you, but I'm going to talk about one specifically at the end that's going to really, kind of pull all of this stuff together. And the reason why I like it so much is because it's going to actually help you with your behavior issues, because most people who have problems with their credit have bad behaviors. And this is the reason why I love this one, is because it's going to actually make you focus on and get rid of any bad behaviors that you got regarding your credit and the way that you're managing your money. So the first one here we're going to talk about is self-reporting, rent reporting, and Boom Pay. For years, people have been renting out, from landlords, and the only time that they've ever had anything placed on their credit report was if they ended up getting evicted, or they, or missed payments if you are renting from a management company. But they had never gotten credit for making all of those payments to the management company or to the landlords. And if you're renting from like a regular individual who's just, bought property in the real estate game, then they're not going to be reporting on your credit report all of your payments. But these here will allow you to get that rent reported. One of them that we've used, and we saw that it did have good results. At the time, they basically only had 2 bureaus. They were working on 3. When I looked in there, I didn't see an update that they've gotten all 3 right now. But still, if you can get help with 2 of them, that will increase your scores for something that you're already paying money on, which is really probably one of your biggest expenses that you have each month. And self-pay also allows you to do that too. And then Boom Pay is another one that allows for rent reporting. So it is very important that you start to get credit for these. And you probably know about these. You may not know about some of the company names, but those are very important because you need to be able to get credit for the things that you're already paying on. Now, another one here is Experian Boost. And you've seen the commercials where they've talked about, they got the cow running around with one of the wrestlers. I forgot his name, but they're showing where you could get, you can enter in any stuff that you're paying on, and you'll be able to get credit based on those payments. Now, from what I've seen, it does increase people's scores, but it's still going to be based kind of on the algorithm of what you're doing with your other stuff. And I've seen that with some of the credit lenders, that they don't give as much credit to those as they used to. When it first started out, they were, but we always talk about it here that the name of the game for lenders is to try to charge the most for the interest rates. And so what they've done with some of their filters, not all of them, with some of their filters, they've kind of negated some of the benefits that used to come with Experian Boost. And I think that that's why it's kind of came down, because it can make your score look good, but you're wondering why you're not getting the benefit from it when you go to certain lenders. And that's because certain lenders will put into their filters that they're not going to give a benefit to certain type of payments that you're actually reporting. And this was, again, even though it's called Experian Boost, it's basically self-reporting things that you're paying on. And then another one that you can check out is MicroConnect. And that's another one where you can enter in your Netflix or any type of payments that you're making on a monthly basis to apps or whatever types of services. What they'll do is you can enter that information in, and they can check that out, and then you can get credit on those by making that connection. So every time that you make a payment, like with your cell phone bill or something, that information could be reported so it can help you. So, but the thing is, don't be late on on those payments. Don't be late on those payments because you can put yourself into a bad situation. But that's also why I love the last one that we're going to talk about here. And I'm going to make a full video on this one. So watch out for the video on this one here. It's called UltraFICO. And the reason why I like this one the most is because it connects to your bank account, checking and savings account, and you will actually have a boost. Now remember, FICO is where everything is all the lenders and everyone is using that system to approve people. And basically, one of the ways when I look at this, and the big reason why I love it is that creditors, like, regardless of what filters they put in there, they can put filters for if you're single, divorced, with children, college, how long you lived at your residence. They can put all of those filters in there to kind of, give to kind of base where they're going to either approve you or what interest rate they're going to offer you, what type of deal they're going to offer you. But the reason why I love this one the most with the UltraFICO, number one, is from FICO, the people who wrote the algorithm. But the next thing is that it attaches to the bank account, savings, or checking account. And so regardless of all of the other filters that may be out there by lenders, and they can make their own filters on approving people, one filter that is going to remain the same across the board is if you can afford to pay the loan back. Now, with let me give you an example. For subprime automobile lenders, you may not even know this, but for subprime automobile lenders, did you know that they really base that on a 3, 6, 9, and 12 month risk ratio? And what I mean by that is they're actually, it's wrote into their algorithm based off of what they see with what you're doing with all your other credit, if you will even be able to pay the loan off, or where in the loan is there going to be possibilities of you defaulting on the loan. Like, when I talk about that, some people are like, that's crazy. Wouldn't they only make loans to people that they thought would pay it off? Yes, but also no, because that's why the subprime market is like booming, because number one, they're going to charge high interest rates, and they know that the people who do complete have really paid for like 3 or 4 other people who didn't complete, or I won't say it's that much, but could pay for another person who doesn't complete. So they're like basing their whole ratio of success to failure ratio based on that, but it's actually based on a 3, 6, 9, and 12 month basis. So they're actually saying it's like they're gambling at the table, and they're like, hey, do we think that they're going to make it for this amount of months or not? And then we can base on the approval on that. But with this FICO, UltraFICO, why I like this so much is that they're actually attaching it to the bank account, where you're going to get credit by the way that you're managing your money. And so no matter what, when you're dealing with trying to increase your credit score, trying to make sure you take care of your credit, doesn't everything start from right there with your bank account, with the way that you're managing your money, the way that you're paying your bills, no late payments, all of that stuff? That's where everything starts. And that's why I love this one here. So I'm going to make another video that's going to go through this one here. It's called UltraFICO, if you want to take a look at it. And you will be able to see that and when I'm looking at the website, it talks about that it's actually attaching to your savings and your checking account. I'm going to do more research on there to see if it would actually benefit you if you have multiple accounts. So just think about this. If they're writing the algorithm, FICO is writing the algorithm, they're going to actually increase your scores based off of what you're doing with your bank account. So you don't even have to do any of these here. So this is good for if you have not gotten apps and all of that stuff, even though I think most people do have a cell phone. But just say that you haven't gotten a lot of this stuff. You definitely probably do have a bank account. either a checking or savings account, and you can get that attached to that and automatically jump your score. So now think about it this way. What if you have two bank accounts? What if you have a checking and savings account? What if you have two checking accounts and two savings accounts? What if you have some other type, maybe you have a business account that's an LLC and it has your name on it also. So you can see how this one here can actually benefit you, and I'm going to make a video that's going to go into more detail about it. But it's called UltraFICO. I don't know if I've seen any other people make videos on it. So if you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, What Makes Us Different, so you can see my 8-point validation process and my 2-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website, your3scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian credit reports. If you have debt collectors coming after you, early in the game, you can stop them from taking your hard-earned money. Grab my 3-pack of letters. The link is below this video. Statute of limitations letter for debt that is past the legal statute of limitations to collect. Cease and desist collection activities letter, so you can ask them questions that they don't expect you to ask them that can make them stop coming after you for the debt. And then a debt validation letter to go back and forth. I do ask for a donation on those, but you don't have to donate anything to get those letters. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe to the channel, post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.